Now let us talk about how to insert a basic chart. What all basic charts we have: a column chart, a bar chart, a pie chart, all those type of charts. In this, I'm going to talk about a standard column chart that we have. So let me just click outside this image, and now I can freely insert the visualization. If I hover over all these types of charts we have with us, I'll simply come over here and I'm going to insert a stacked column chart. I'll click over here, and let me tell you the purpose of this chart is going to be, it's going to be year on year sales or revenue, right? So let me just drag it slightly. Let me just resize it over here, right? And I'm going to put in few things because year on year performance. So first of all, I'll come over here into the search for the fields. I'll search for the year. I need to simply put in the year, and you can see I have an year field with me. I'm going to simply insert that year field. So it's there in most of the cases. You can simply drag and drop that field into the X's. So once you drop, it won't show anything. It's just processing, but we don't have anything because we have to put something into the values, right? So what do I need to show year on year? I want to show revenue. And you remember we created a revenue measure also. We have a field also. I'll simply pick up the measure. You can do anything that you want. Ultimately, we'll be having the values with us. So I'll simply drag and dropping into the values. And there we go. You got a very beautiful chart, very simple, straightforward chart, which says year on year, you have the sales with you, right? And everything is good about this. I can add few things if I want. I'll be changing a lot of things onto this in a minute. But I also want to show the growth pattern that we have year on year. So let me just remove it. And let me just come over here into the list of measures. I need to check whether we have created year on year or not. I don't think that we created year on year revenue. So now we'll be able to do that. Year on year is what basically the current month revenue divided by previous month revenue. And let me check. We have the previous year revenue, not the month revenue. So we have already discussed all those measures at how to write those DEX function. Let me just write one more DEX over here so that we'll be able to use it into the visualization. DEX won't leave you, by the way. Let me tell you, if you think that we are done everything with the DEX function, do not think about that. The moment you will come into the visualization, start putting things over here, you will need few more measures. So you have to do a lot of practice onto this concept. So I'll come to this and I'll add a new measure over here. And let me just rename it first. So for year on year, we need to first get the previous year revenue. So I'll simply calculate previous year revenue, which is, you remember we use date add function, right? So first of all, I'll be using calculate, and I need to calculate what revenue. There we go, comma, and then date add. I'm just doing it quickly because we have already covered this concept, and date is going to be the calendar date, comma, -1. I'm talking about the previous, comma, year, right? So this will give me previous year. Okay, so now that we have the revenue, we have the previous year revenue with us. Now let us just calculate year on year percentage growth in the revenue. So for this, I will be creating a new measure. And I'll be writing a name to this as, one second, year on year percentage revenue growth. That is current year minus previous year revenue divided by previous year revenue. This will give me the growth in the revenue that we registered over the period of time. So I'll be using the divide function. Remember, it's good to have a divide function, and I'll open another parenthesis because I need to perform a quick calculation here, which is revenue. So why I'm not saying this year revenue? by just mentioning revenue, the moment we'll drag and drop it into the visualization, you already know it will entertain the filter context and will start showing the relevant data for that particular year. So revenue minus previous year revenue. I'll close on the parenthesis. I'm done with the numerator part. Then again, previous year revenue, which is the denominator, comma, 0, bracket close, and then finally enter. Right? So it's performing the calculation. Let it do. Okay, there we go. And now you'll notice one thing. Right now I have the chart, but the moment I'll drop it over here into the visualization, it won't be able to show me the values, because the values of year-on-year percentage growth is just decimal numbers in front of these millions of dollars of values. So we won't be able to see that. So I hope you are thinking the same way that I am thinking right now. I have to change the chart type from the normal stacked column chart to a combo chart where we can show the values on the secondary axis also, right? So I'll keep this selected, and the best part over here into the Power BI platform, no need to create another visual. I'll simply keep it selected. I can simply click on the visual that I need, and this will convert it into that visual. So over here in the second row, you will notice this is what I'm looking for: line and stacked column chart. So it's a combo chart. So once I click on it, it will convert the existing chart into that manner. Still, we can't see year-on-year percentage revenue growth. Why? Because still this lies into the column values group. What I'll do, I'll simply bring it into the line values, not in the column values. The moment I drop it over here, you will notice I am getting the line now. Okay, and you will notice that it is still in form of the numbers. Let me just convert it into the percentages. For this, I will do one thing. I'll keep this year-on-year percentage growth selected, and under the measure tools, I'll simply come over here into the percentage. I'll click, and now you'll notice that this will get converted into percentages and will be having the growth that we have over here, right? And one more thing I'll be doing, I'll just perform some formatting onto this, which I personally like a lot. I'll simply come to this roller brush, and first of all, let us just keep on doing it the way it is coming in our way. First of all, let's say the data labels, I'll simply turn it on, the data labels. So I'm getting these values, which is good, right? And then I'll come to the title. I don't like the title which is coming like this, although it is automatically picking up from the fields that we have over here into the visualization. I'll simply change it manually. I'll say year-on-year revenue growth. Right, number one. And I'll also keep this slightly, stand out, the title. So for this, I'll not change the font size. I'll keep it that, but font family I'll change to Arial Black. So you'll notice that it is standing out. So I personally like it a lot. And one more thing I missed out earlier, that these shapes, because here we have an option that through which we can change how the line is styled, which is solid. I don't want it. I'll just go with dashed, and very nice dashed line will appear. So I personally like this way. The way you want, you can keep it. And this is how we created our entire one visualization, which is year-on-year revenue growth. You can adjust it the way you want. I would be putting a couple of things over here, but later on, so that you will be able to correlate, right? So thank you so much. Just try it yourself, and you'll be good to go. Thank you.